And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today, we got one of our usual guests and plus a new guest. Fascinating. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves?
So my name is Mac. You guys know me. You can follow me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend. And the special guest we have today was at the lovely Cardinals Dolphins game, which is the heartbreaker we're going to be discussing. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at jsandiego2os.
Yo, we got Jackie in the house. What is up?
Thank
Yes,
you for
sir.
having me.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, as we do every week, we are here to discuss the last week's episode against the Miami Dolphins and look forward to our future game against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm going to say it right off the bat.
AFC.
I'm going to say it right off the bat. What a heartbreaker this game was, man. Oh, my Lord.
How was it in the stadium, Jackie? You were there. So what was kind of the vibe there? I know it was only like 3,500 people allowed.
Yeah, so surprisingly, like the vibe was still like any other normal home game, other than maybe like 5 Dolphin fans there, because I don't know anybody else that's a Dolphin fan. A lot of fake crowd noise still. We were still pretty loud though. But other than losing, like it was a pretty good time.
Were they strict on the face mask policy, or how'd that work out? I saw some people complaining on Twitter. I wasn't sure how they went about that. Were you able to cheer with the face mask off, or did you have to keep that on?
Honestly, like they were pretty strict. There was people coming up and down the aisles, like reminding everybody, even if it wasn't over your nose, they would still remind you to put it on right.
Oh, wow.
On like third downs and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I had to like kind of remove mine and hold it away from my face, so I wasn't swallowing it.
I was like, I'll be banging on the seat in front of me, kicking it, like trying to make as much noise as I could. But
that's exactly what I was doing.
What a fucking heartbreaker! Can't all game. I had the feeling that we were gonna come back and find a way to W, and it just did not go that way at all. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games where you can't entirely fault any one particular aspect. Well, you can a little on the defense, but you can't particularly fault any real aspect of this game. They just outplayed us as a whole. The Dolphins look really good this year. They're playing really good this year. This is not a loss to be ashamed of. But this is definitely a loss you can look back at and say, okay, here's what you fix. Here's what you can improve. And I think there are definitely some very clear faults in our team that can be addressed after that loss.
I think you can definitely put blame on all 3 units. Obviously the special teams with Zane, and even the offense put up 442 yards, but on the ground game itself, Chase Edmonds averaged 2.8 yards a carry, and he ran it 25 times. He couldn't pick up those tough yardages on third and short. So that's all. You could blame that a little bit, and then a little bit on the play calling as well with Cliff. We'll get into that. And then obviously the defense made Tua look like a Pro Bowler in his second start, which I wasn't expecting. But we were down a couple of cornerbacks, but they were down wide receivers. So it was a frustrating game overall. It was just kind of sloppy, I thought.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember going into this game saying that the best thing you can do with Chase Edmonds is have him as that kind of third down back, have him as that rotational guy to put in when Drake is, tired, because I don't think he is the bell cow back. I don't think he is your 40 snaps a game back. I think he is just that guy who can come into a game, take it over in a play, and then, get off the field and let, running back number 1 do his job.
Yeah, it kind of showed how valuable Kenyon Drake is. He hasn't had that humongous year that a lot of us were expecting, but he does a lot of that dirty work. The inside yardage, and that was clearly a loss that we missed.
I mean, the fact that I think it was like 2 weeks ago we were saying how Kenyon Drake was like top 5 in the league in rushing yards as a running back. I mean, it just does not feel like he's having that kind of year. He
Right,
doesn't. He
right.
does not. I mean, he is playing productive football, but he's doing it kind of sneaky.
Jackie, what was the most frustrating thing being at the game, seeing live that maybe some of us couldn't see on TV? Was there something in particular that kind of was just frustrating you, or
The
what?
officiating.
Oh, the officiating was bullshit, right? For
I
both
mean,
sides, even, but yeah, in particular
It felt like
for us.
it felt like every like 3 plays on defense we had a penalty. And I know we've been really bad about penalties all across the board this year, but like this game in particular, it was just really bad. It was just some ticky tack officiating all across the board, man.
and I mean, I can't see what you guys are seeing at home because I'm farther away, but it just seemed like a lot of bullshit. Like the helmet to helmet on Buda Baker, that was bullshit.
Oh, that was bullshit. What's he supposed to do against a bigger fucking tight end who drops his shoulder? It's
Yeah, he lowered his head into him.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, exactly. He initiated the contact, and then even on the photo, what was it the photo hands to the face?
Face mask.
That was a play where yeah, that was also a very questionable call. But yeah, that's definitely a good observation. The officiating was definitely very sketchy there, across the board. I thought.
Unfortunately, I mean,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
And then another frustrating thing is just seeing like the corners play so far away from their receivers and them getting like,
right.
Tua's just lighting them up.
Yeah.
Just first read, fucking boom, boom, boom. Yeah, he. I saw a stat where he was like, he missed like one incompletion in the second half off the blitz, which to your point is we're blitzing, we're not getting there in time, so he's hitting his first read, which that makes for easy pitch and catch all fucking game. So that stat makes a lot of sense with what you're saying. They were playing off coverage a lot, which you can tell Vance played a little. Vance wasn't as aggressive as what he was against Russell Wilson in Seattle. It seemed like he made Tua try to beat us, and Tua eventually beat us for sure.
Yeah, I think he was underestimating Tua Tagovailoa. Fuck it, I'm not gonna try.
Better than
all
Roger
game
Goodell.
long.
Better than Roger Goodell. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I mean, he was underestimating him all game. He was letting him just run around and run amok. It's absolutely crazy that we could not contain him. Because I know what our defense is. Yeah, I know what our defense is capable of. We saw it in that fucking Seattle game, and I am very surprised and a little bit upset that we didn't try to like recreate that magic with a quarterback with a similar skill set.
It was nice to see Marcus Golden and Josh Morrow back in the mix, and they both got sacks fairly early.
By the way,
the
way, monster game by Golden. Holy hell!
God, yes.
Talk about a return,
his motor, man. Fuck, his motor is beautiful. We missed that.
Yeah.
But it seemed like we lacked pressure in that second half. That first half was sloppy. We gave up that Kyler touchdown early, the fumble. And it seemed like we got to Tua a little bit, but in the second half, he kind of just had his way with us in the secondary, and Kevin Peterson got hurt. And then the second half was when they kind of really started picking on Patrick Peterson. I think he gave up 6 of 7 targets for like 60-something yards against Devontae Parker, and a lot of those were extending drives. So that was definitely concerning, seeing Patrick Peterson kind of take a step back, I thought.
Yeah. Side note, I know you guys didn't. I know she didn't watch the game on TV, but the announcers were jinxing us the whole way through. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah,
here's a quote. I paraphrased it. This is literally before kickoff, right? This is the moment I knew we were going to lose the game. Quote, if the Finns win today, it'll be their first win in Phoenix since 1996. That is the moment I knew we were going to lose.
Oh, well. I just cracked another beer, so that's my thoughts on that.
And here's some more. Here's some more
They said
highlights.
that when we played Seattle that we couldn't beat them back in 2012. So I disregarded all that.
All right.
Here's some more. Quote. They were talking about fucking Buddha having back-to-back, picks in the red zone, and literally on the same play, Tua throws a bullet to the tight end for a touchdown.
Hey, well, as Arizona sports fans, we're pretty finicky. So, how many more quotes you got written down there?
I mean, I've got another, but I can't remember the context. So I'm gonna scrap it.
Yeah, it was just a heartbreaking game all around. We had more passing yards, more rushing yards. Our yards per play were 6.9. Nice. Their yards per play were 5.6. We had more first down. Really, it came down to that what we talked about last week was we cannot lose a turnover battle because Miami's just a very well coached team and they'll take advantage of it. And we weren't able to get one turnover, and we turned it over one time. And I'm not blaming Kyler at all, but looking at it that way, when we win all the yards, it kind of came down to the turnover battle. And I mean, that's a good team right there. Cardinals fans are freaking out on Twitter, and I get it. We expect more from our team and whatnot, and they're the Dolphins or whatever. But hey, that's an impressive squad. They don't stand out one area or another, but they're a very well coached team, and that was an exciting game though. It's just a shame we weren't able to come away with the victory.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's easy to come out of a loss like that going full, dark side, like, oh, we're going to lose every single game on the rest of our schedule. We're going to get the number 5 pick in the draft or whatever, bullshit like that. But I mean, when it comes down to it, we are still a winning team. We are still, 5-3 on the year. We control our own destiny right now. I mean, we've got time. These mistakes can be fixed. Yeah. I do not expect us to go to the Super Bowl this year. I do not expect us to be this, world beater yet. It takes time. That shit, we knew that from the outset.
Miracles can happen, Will. Don't step on my dream.
I know. I know.
Let me tell you this. The team that goes to the Super Bowl is going to be a healthy team that can withstand COVID and injuries.
Which is huge this year.
The rest of the league.
Speaking of which, the league office approved having a extra playoff spot if vital games are eliminated because of COVID. So, at the end of the season, if say, a wild card team doesn't get to play a game because of COVID, guess what? They might have an extra spot to get on in.
Is that for sure going down? I thought it was still up in the air. I'm not really
unanimous approval from all owners.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I still have division sights in my eyes. Seattle, they're a fun fucking team. Seattle's defense, God, that thing is one fucking shit show. I'm sorry, I can't hold it in. I'm on my second beer right now. Just think, I'm hearing all these people hype the Bills. I heard somebody on the radio say their offense is a juggernaut. Stop. The previous 4 weeks, the most they've scored is 24 points. They exposed the worst defense in the NFL. Okay, they're a beatable team. We get Byron Murphy back. We get Devon Kennard back. We officially signed Jonathan Joseph, who will be active Sunday. So I'm liking our chances this game. You win this game, and it comes down to that game in Seattle for first place still, no matter what. So, I mean, I see people like, Bills are going to fucking put up 50 on us. Yeah, we'll see. They're going to put up some points, but I'm not buying it.
Here's the thing. The thing with the Bills is it all comes down to what kind of day Josh Allen has. Because their defense, exactly. I will not lie. Their defense does scare me. It is really intimidating. But when it comes down to it, Josh Allen is
they're not as good as last year, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes down to it, Josh Allen is a streaky quarterback.
Yeah,
I said it. I said it earlier to somebody. What? Yeah. I said it earlier to somebody today. I think that the Buffalo Bills are the Bears of the AFC. I think they have a hyper-confident defense, but I think they have a streaky quarterback situation.
What do you think, Jackie? Yeah.
Like Kyler Murray.
They haven't. No,
Nope.
Their schedule's been weak. I think they played the Jets twice already.
Well, I mean, they've played
against Lamar,
they've played both the
Yeah.
Rams and the Seahawks, and they beat both.
They lost to the Seahawks. Bills. We're talking about Bills. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean, I'm not convinced the Rams
Hey,
are
we beat
legit.
the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm not convinced the Rams are legit. I'm not.
Same.
We beat the Seahawks by, for whatever that's worth. I will say, this is unrelated, but it's kind of on the same topic of like beatability. ESPN Analytics has our remaining schedule, as the 5th toughest in the league. The 5th toughest, having a stroke. 5th toughest in the league.
Probably because we only played 2 conference or division games up to this point. So I look at the schedule. I see Buffalo and Seahawks next 2 weeks. Worst case scenario, I want to split. We split those, and then we have the Giants, we have the Eagles,
Patriots,
and the Patriots. Next 4, 3 of our next 4. If we could split these next 2. I know people don't want to hear. People, you got to win every fucking game. Cool, sure, but it comes down to it. If we can split these next 2, win 3 of the next 4 against those subpar teams, and I mean, you mix in, I think, the Niners or the Rams right there. That puts us about 9-5. So I don't want to look too far ahead, but I don't see how tough the schedule is, other than we still have a lot of division games remaining.
And you've got to remember, I think that strength of schedule lies. I think that the Rams. I mean, you got to remember, the teams that are in our division have been playing the same teams that we have: AFC East and NFC East. Yeah. And
yeah.
I mean, shit,
pretty shitty fucking teams.
The Rams were 5-0 because 4 of their first 5 games were NFC East teams. They got the. They got the.
We were the first over 500 team that the Seahawks played. So. Yeah, so there's no. I don't, especially in the NFC. I don't see that dominant team out there. We talked last week how the NFC is kind of wide open. Fucking Tampa gets curb stomped by the Saints, and the Saints look really good, but they're one of those teams that I just do not trust in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But going back real quick to Josh Allen, what we were talking about, the 2 losses that they have. Let's see here. Those are 2 of his 3 lowest passing performances. 122 yards versus Kansas City, 263 versus Tennessee. So like you guys were saying, a lot of their team identity just revolves around him. If we can stop him, we're going to be in a pretty good spot, and we have to get pressure on him. You can't just let him sit back there and do what he did to Seattle, which I don't think we will.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we've got to worry about Josh Allen, not being streaky this game, but we also especially have to worry about Stephon Diggs. Because Stephon Diggs is having himself a good year.
And Patrick Peterson is not.
Right. It felt like Patrick Peterson was kind of redeeming himself there a couple of weeks ago, and maybe it was, because he shut down DK Metcalf, so maybe he just has that medicine against him. But yeah, Patrick Peterson, it's a big game for him. If he can slow down Stephon Diggs, that gives us a really good shot.
I want him to slow him down a little bit, but not enough to impede my fantasy team, because I've got Stephon Diggs on there.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Come on.
I had Devontae Parker, and he was pretty contained for the most part. But Preston, was it Preston?
PPR or no?
Yeah, PPR.
Yeah, okay, so not a bad day. You get 12.
It wasn't terrible.
Off.
And I had purposely put him in the lineup because I'm like, he's playing us. Our corners are a little banged up right now. I'm going to keep him in, and Christian Kirk ended up having a better game.
Dude, so I won my league by less than 5, right? And I had no friggin' running back. I had Kenyon Drake, and then I can't think off top. I'm in like 5 leagues, but my other starter was on bye, so I had one guy in there, and I needed to pick up somebody. And I started friggin' Jordan Howard. got the TD. Some TD dependent. He got the TD against us, and then so I barely won. Not sucks the Cardinals lost, but that whatever.
Yeah. But. Meanwhile, in my league, my dumbass, I lost by 8 points. I started the Packers defense over the Baltimore defense because I saw the Packers game. It's like, oh, they've only got one wide receiver for San Fran. Packers got that easy. They're gonna get hella fucking turnovers, whatever. Packers only got 6 points because my dumbass forgot. Oh, if they're not throwing any interceptions, then that kind of eliminates the point.
I would have started them probably too, to be honest. Yeah. Against the Ravens play.
The Ravens, I don't even remember who they played. Some chump team. They played the Colts. I thought, oh, the Colts, they're gonna go off against the Ravens, whatever. And Ravens got 14 points on the day in fantasy. I lost by 8. The Packers scored 6. Do the math.
How's your fantasy league going, Jackie?
It's going okay. Where am I at in the standings? Let's see. In a 10-man
league. I saw your tweet a couple weeks ago that you and your husband faced off for the first time ever in your relationship. Is that right?
Yeah, and I am 1-1 against him, but that's like a family league. We're not playing for money, so I kind of gave up in that one. I'm only playing to my money league, so right now I'm 5th seed. I had won last week, but not by much. I had Chase Edmonds. He only got me 11 points. But it's just my roster's been ravaged by injury.
Oh my God! Right? Do you have an IR spot?
Yeah, I have 3 people on IR.
Oh Jesus! The one thing I do want to talk about with going back to the Cardinal game, since you brought up Chase Edmonds, is how does he go having? I mean, he averages like 3 catches a game when he's basically the backup. He comes in, he still only gets 3 catches for 18 yards. I think a lot of us, I don't know about you guys, I was expecting him to, get 6 or 7 catches out of the backfield and kind of use that more as an extension of the running game. Instead, Cliff runs him 25 times when he's at under 3 yards a carry. That's one of my bigger gripes is them not being able to use him more and kind of run down situations as an extension of the run game. 3 catches, 18 yards or something like that doesn't add up to me. I don't know. That doesn't feel right.
I mean, I saw him open on it felt like every other play, and they were just leaving him open. It drove me bonkers. I kept yelling at the TV, throw it to Edmonds, and later on in the game.
Go on.
Later on in the game, I'm going to go to the 4th quarter here.
Let's do that because I want to talk about the dreaded Cliff decision. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So let's set the stage here. We are 7-8 on 4th down conversions. It's a 4th and 1. This Miami offense has been driving on us all game. If they get the ball back, they're probably going to drive down and kick the field goal to win. It's a 4th and 1. So what does Cliff and all his great genius do? He gives it to Zane Gonzalez for a 49-yard kick. Now, mind you, Zane Gonzalez is a good kicker. I enjoy Zane Gonzalez. I think he's a good kicker. He is not.
We're trying to get him on the podcast, so don't say anything too crazy. What are you saying?
No. This next thing is the fact that I think anybody who watches Zane Gonzalez can agree with. He is not good from range. He is an accurate kicker, but he's not good from range. So the second I saw him coming up for that field goal, I was dreading it.
Oh my gosh!
Shit.
What did you guys think, Jackie? I want to know what you guys thought in the stadium. I want to know what the vibe was.
We already knew because I think everyone there had a flashback of last game. Obviously, we escaped with a win, but and maybe he was short because he felt like Cliff was gonna ice him again. He thought maybe we were
God, that would be fucking off. That's one thing I never thought of. That's a good point.
Maybe hit me so hard. I'm like, maybe he thinks we're gonna get iced again.
How did it look live? There, I was hyped. I saw it up. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
I was like maybe halfway out of my seat getting ready to celebrate,
Yeah.
and then I sat down like, oh shit, it's short. It's so short.
You saw it before?
And
Damn.
like a sigh of silence, and everyone was just like,
fuck.
fuck.
Are you kidding me?
And here's the thing. To miss a 49-yarder is okay. If you shank it, that's fine. But to be short, that close.
Right?
I mean, there are 8th graders who can make that kick.
For real, I mean, there are definitely high school kids where it's like 49, that's right on the border right there. You should almost be able to make it if you want to be a college kicker. But to be short from 49, and maybe I'm in a minority here, but I would have kicked it too. I would have not done that third down play. That's what I have the gripe with.
No, that was terrible.
Third down play. You have to treat that third down play like it's fourth down. That's the way I went into it. I even tweeted, "Make it your best play, Cliff," and he pulls that fucking shit. And I was like, I wanted to hit delete, but yeah, that third down. I mean, put the ball in Kyler's hands. That has worked all game. He set his career high in yards rushing. But to throw a little quick play like that, I get it. You want him quick, but that is not his best play in the playbook. I have a bigger gripe with the third down play call itself than, because even on that 3rd and 1, you could have caught them like sleeping a little bit and even just done a quick Kyler Murray QB sneak up the middle, to just get the 1 yard. But that,
even on because down, I would have gone for it.
Yeah, the thing is, it was under the 2-minute warning. You only have two timeouts left, and I get it. You don't want to be uber conservative and go. You want to go for the win there. But I just feel like under the 2-minute warning, 99.9% of coaches in NFL history probably
kick it
because it is in field goal range.
Yeah,
that third down play is what I kind of have a big gripe about. That just lingers with me.
Yeah.
You want to know what I would have done there? I know I'm the least qualified person to talk about this. But here's what I would have done. All game we were dominating them with one certain play. It was a play that worked every single time. It was a play that got us good yards every single time. And it's a play that fooled the cameraman once. Read option. You've got Kyler Murray.
Exactly.
You've got Kyler Murray and Chase Edmonds. It's a 1-yard play. I mean, if you got to trust your quarterback. You got put it in his hands.
Third down play. That third down play where he juked. And you didn't see it, Jackie, but there's a third down play. What was it? Was it in the third quarter, Will? Do you remember when it was?
I want to say it was the third quarter. I remember he broke away for 10, 15, something.
Yeah.
Yes. That was fourth down.
So the camera goes straight to the running back, and we're all like, "Oh shit!" And then it pops out to Kyler just juking his way down, well past the first down marker. But yeah, exactly. That's that type of play you want to do on third down. I just felt like he didn't treat that third down with enough.
Important.
He was too conservative.
Or shit, if you want to get conservative.
Yeah, exactly. He was almost like, okay, if we don't get this, whatever. We have Zane here, kick the field goal. But yeah, you never want to just be that conservative on a 49-yard field goal. You got to keep the ball.
Or shit.
Exactly. Perfectly said.
If you want to be hyper conservative, just do what you were doing and failing at earlier in the game. You need a single yard. Hand it to Chase. Hand it to Chase.
And it's just let Kyler keep it and just let him do his thing.
Exactly. But the craziest thing so Chase had 25 rushes, right? And the longest running play he had was 6 yards.
Gosh.
Yards. That was something I was not expecting.
I was not a fan of it. And I had mentioned in our Twitter group chat, I was like, this is a lot of running for an air raid offense, or supposedly air raid offense. People are like, well, people can't get open, and I know the screens aren't working, but I feel like you got to come up with more creative plays than, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't really hacking down field, but I do like that we were using Fitzgerald more than we have this whole year.
Yeah. Right. And Christian Kirk popped off again.
Side note. Fitzgerald had a monster game. He was looking really good out there. I was really happy to see that. I didn't even have to worry about him getting his weekly catch this week because he got like 5 or 6 this time, right?
Oh yeah. He had a bunch. Did you guys ever start a Larry chant, Jackie?
There a Larry every time around? He catches the ball, it's a Larry chant.
Larry. 12 beers deep, Larry. That's a vibe right there. Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah, even if we were,
do you guys?
Smaller crowd, but still the Larry chant.
Oh yeah, that he's got the. I mean, he catches the ball in stride. I'm sorry, sexier than any NFL player in history. He just like catches it, like kind of like a small little thoroughbred leap almost, and just in motion, like poetry in motion. Like, God, that guy is so fun to watch. Exactly, he is art. The one thing that was not art, other than DeAndre Hopkins getting pass interference called against the defensive player against him, was a connection between Kyler and D-Hop. Was that pretty noticeable in the stands? Where you were wondering where the hell he is, especially that first half?
Everybody in the stands at some point, when he's looking around and, everyone just yelling, like, throw it to DeAndre,
Right?
If you get DeAndre Hopkins for it, like, shit, like, at least if it's a 50-50, like, why not go for it?
Exactly.
And y'all know what happened after the game, right?
No.
He walked off the field without saying a word, walked straight to the locker room. DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins.
I heard he kicked the pylon. Yeah. Somebody said.
See, as soon as they did victory formation, we were already out.
Oh, fuck you. Right?
I saw some fucking.
My naive ass was like, no, defense can maybe stop them and we can have like 50 seconds left. Like, no, like that wasn't happening. So as soon as the victory formation hit, we were out.
You're like, no, I've watched enough of this defense already to know.
Before the traffic starts.
Yeah. Man.
And Kyler, much to the, detriment to some, angry Twitter people, he went out without shaking Tua's hand.
He
probably hates fucking losing to that guy. Yeah. I would too,
I mean,
God, like
every time you play your ass off and then to everything else just fall apart at the last minute, like fuck.
Tyler had the #1 passer rating in football last week, and we still lost.
QBR of 97. What was Tua, like 80 something?
Right? Yeah. Kyler did it. His supporting cast let him down for sure.
Like damn near perfect.
His defense. Yeah, I mean, you can't, and it sucks how it's like, okay, the turnover battle, that's the one fucking turnover was on that first possession, and it's like, you can't really, you're not going to blame him or anything, obviously, but when a game is played that clean back and forth, that even just kind of leaves a sour taste just because he was so good. He put up 50 points in my fantasy league, and it's not even a high-scoring league. And that turnover off the bat. To go back to my fantasy team and everything, we're on a four-game win streak. So,
but I think that even I don't even have to say who was the weakest link in this week. Andy motherfucking Isabella.
Oh my god.
He is. I'm on a like a message board with Cardinals fans. And after the game, they were stressing out, well, nobody could have known what was going to happen when we drafted him. We can't look back at that with shame. And it's like, yeah, we can. He sucks. He's awful.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm tired of having to defend this guy. It's just like, I'm sure he's a nice dude. I'm sure but it's just like he keeps making these simple mental errors. And it's just like,
those were the worst. That was I don't know if he has a confidence issue or what, but those were some of the worst mental errors I see from him. What
here's
second year receiver.
Right. You have the first down. Do not go backwards. Like get forward on third down. Like you got to just turn around, get upfield. Like that's just simple football. 1-on-1. You get past the yard marker, catch it, turn upfield. Do not go backward. Exactly.
And here's the thing with Isabella. He is a sign of a bigger problem with our organization. Steve Keim, in those middle rounds, for whatever reason, he loves to get fucking cute. He loves to take, the unknown small school kid from like a lower tier FBS, mid tier FCS, and just try to develop them. It's just like there are.
I just hope you guys know. I just hope you guys know this conversation is breaking my heart because I'm an Isabella truther. But I have to admit, you know what I mean? Like this last weekend was awful, and it has not been trending in the right direction.
And it's frustrating because
it is.
Because I know they were, the guys I was talking to, they're like, oh, you can't look at this with shame. Teddy McLaurin and DK Metcalf were on the board.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But listen, I rode the Josh Rosen train till the wheels fall off. Because it fell off. I will make this mistake with Isabella again. Like
I will.
I after that I'm like, all right. It's time to jump off.
So the thing is, like, I hyped Hassan Reddick for 3 straight fucking years. Is this his 5th or 4th year? Yeah, I wrote him off this offseason. I was like, you know what? He'll play 15 plays a game. He'll rush the passer. Nothing more. These last 2 weeks, he's playing most of the snaps like he's played in his career. And he's having a breakout year. He's obviously in his natural position right now. But with Andy, like, can we take solace that Christian Kirk is only
it's what we want Andy to be?
That maybe the development maybe takes a little bit longer because not like Christian Kirk was bad or anything, but he had a case of the drops last year. Before this season, he only had 6 touchdowns total in his first 2 years. Now he's already at 6. So it's like there's a fine line almost. Like, do we hate this 23-year-old kid in his second year, or do we just want to see less reps from him right now? Because I don't see the point in cutting him. I see people saying, cut him, and it's like, why? Who's going to step in there? I don't trust Keyshawn Johnson.
Here's my ultimatum. Here's my ultimatum. Here's my thought. I think what the Cardinals need to do right now: put him on the practice squad, see if he develops. If he doesn't, and if he does develop and they can put him back in the game, great. But once those wheels start falling off again, I'm sorry, let him go. I am deeply frustrated that we are continuing to let this joke of a man get any reps.
He's shown signs. He's shown signs, though.
Yeah,
it's just like
and it's frustrating. I know that it's just signs. I know it's, but to see that kind of potential just flash and just nothing to ever come of it. I'm sorry. It's really frustrating.
Situational.
We have this entire offensive philosophy that is handcrafted to suit a player like him, and we're just not using him correctly. Sorry, you can go ahead.
Maybe in situational circumstances, like if you want to go like 4 wideouts, kind of thing. Maybe not running back punts because he drops some.
Oh yeah, we need right. So the first 2 weeks, Andy had 6 catches for my math on the fly. 67 plus 47 is 114. So he had 6 catches for 114 yards. In the last 5 games, he has 7 catches for less than 60 yards. So it's like, right? Like, it's actually he didn't play much at all that first game in San Francisco, but those first 2 games he did play, Washington, Detroit, he did put up those 6 catches, 100.
Well. And
right, and it's just like what happened.
If you get Fitzgerald, Hopkins, Kirk, you figured Andy's going to be covered by cover 3s, cover 4s, like he would burn people. I don't think we're using him like that, but then again, it's like, do you trust him?
Yeah, it's almost like we're using Christian Kirk in that role now. The way he's been exploding with his big plays. He's got. We talked about it earlier in the year, Will. I will pit myself real quick and say that I did say after when he was coming back off injury that I was hopeful he could still have a breakout season. And right now, I mean, it looks like that is happening. Christian Kirk now has. He's feeling himself right now. 5 touchdowns last 3 games, 6 touchdowns last 5 games. So and him and Kyler, like if you don't know if you guys listen to the radio a lot, sports radio during the day, but Kyler was talking about his connection with Kirk today, and you just hear it in Kyler's voice. You just hear the love he has for Christian. They play together at Texas A&M. So they're boys, but the belief, like the way he talked about Christian Kirk, made me believe in Christian Kirk even that much more. So I don't know if there's something going on with Kyler and D-Hop for D-Hop to not be targeted the way it is or what it is, but the one connection that is really strong right now is Christian Kirk and Kyler Murray. And one thing before I know we move on, of course, last week we talked about how the Cardinals are undefeated in Kyler Murray's career when he gets at least 9 rushes in a game.
Was that broken?
Right on. First time I bring it up. He rushes 11 times or whatever last week and we fucking lose. God damn it. I just got to stop saying stats in general. Just no stats
they
here.
Mean nothing.
We're just winging it. They mean exactly. Stats lie. People lie.
The Cardinals have lost every single game where Andy Lee has a punt.
Oh my!
Not a fact. Not a fact. Is that
true?
No way.
No, I'm making it up. Wait, I was trying to say every single game where Andy Lee.
Right?
I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, what the?
I was trying to make a really dumb joke. Shit.
Well, you made a really dumb joke.
That didn't even work.
Where's the match in the stadium?
Here's what I see happening. I think we all have to acknowledge eventually that Larry will retire and he will ride off into the sunset.
Sooner than
and
later.
I think that once that happens,
unfortunately,
as sad of a day as that's going to be, we will be set. I mean, we'll have DeAndre Hopkins acting as sort of the proto Larry, and we'll have Christian Kirk arguably taking up like an Anquan Bolden kind of role. And I'm going to be excited to see when that happens. Kirk's having himself a year.
I will cry, but
I will cry.
For Kirk.
Doug fucking Ducey better make it a fucking national fucking holiday. Or a state holiday, whatever. Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm calling out of work.
Larry Fitzgerald better take Doug Ducey's job. I'm calling it now.
He's going to run for president. I will vote for him. I'll be first in line at the polls.
Oh, yeah.
The Cardinal party.
Burn downtown Phoenix to the ground,
Oh, my God.
Can I tell a quick story about Larry Fitzgerald since we have Jackie on and we're just doing it today?
Go for it.
So when we were right out of high school, a lot of our high school friends used to still kick it, and we lived in Ahwatukee, and Larry Fitzgerald had a home in the foothills, like right up on the mountain, posted up, like beautiful. And we always, we look for random spots to drink on the weekends, just somewhere kind of hidden, whatnot. And for some reason, we got the gate code to this mountain range at pound 4100. I'll never forget that. It's like the police or fire code or something. And so Larry Fitzgerald was his house is off the edge of this mountain, and on this little road, there's only one other house about 100 yards away from it, a little further down, and in between the two, there were like 3 parking spots. So one night we're all blazing. We're just, drinking, blazing, having a good time. And we know, like, the rumors had it that it was Larry's house. And we actually saw him leave a couple times on the weekend, or just, I don't even know if it was during the weekend or the off season or what it was. He was all dressed up nice. He had a couple of the boys with them, and he could just tell this. There doesn't need to be a sun out to tell it's Larry Fitzgerald. You can just see a silhouette. You know what I mean? You're like, that's
you can
Larry.
see an aura.
Yeah. Oh, exactly right. So we're all just chilling, blazing, smoking a blunt. Sorry for anybody listening. Sorry for Jackie's family. You're listening.
They're okay. They do that shit too.
Oh, hey! Shout out Jackie's family. What up? So we're out there and we're just kind of getting faded or whatnot. And from Larry's garage, he's got like a window up by the side of his garage, and we just heard this duck call. Brrr, brrr. Like, this fool for real went to his garage. He had to have had some homies over from the team or something.
Oh my god!
And so they went to the garage and they could hear us, whatever, smell whatever we're smoking. And I swear to God, this is fucking true. Ask any of my boys. From his garage, we just hear this like bird hunting call. Brrr, brrr. And we're like, Larry, we love you. Larry, we love you. And so they stopped or whatever, and we're all geeked out. We're like, Larry, yeah. And to make a long story, not super freaking long, he never called the cops on us. Never. I mean, none of us would ever do anything to his house, leave trash. We picked everything up, and on there, they had an away game one night, and the house that was a little bit further down, 100 yards away, was for sale. And swear to God on my life, we all hopped the fence. We ended up having about 50 people. This is a different night. Having about 50 people there. We brought a friggin' keg into the backyard of Larry Fitzgerald's neighbors, and we friggin' just absolutely friggin' had a huge party, music bumping on the mountain in this backyard. But I haven't told that story in probably 10 years, so I just want to get off that my chest. And Larry, I love you, Larry. Nice ass, Larry. Okay, that's it.
Gosh.
Oh god.
Nice hands, Larry.
Yeah, I don't have any cool stories like
the
that.
Redbird Redzone podcast is
Right?
not responsible for trespassing or anything that might occur from that
Do not
statement.
condone this behavior. Do not try this at home, kids.
Larry's never going to listen again.
Do not try this at home, Larry. We're sorry my friend disturbed you.
I'll never forget that though till the day I die.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
I think I would cry if I ever met Larry.
But just even the fact he never called the cops or anything, and
that's what a great person he is.
Oh God, I love that guy.
Let's do a few little things before we go into the predictions. Let's talk about this upcoming week real quick. Not the game itself, but we'll talk about the just general things, I guess. Budda Baker did not practice today. He has a groin injury. He was not practicing today. That is a little troublesome.
He kind of had a rough game against Miami too, and he even admitted it.
I hope that's not a result of him
playing through it, right? Yeah.
And
we all got to pray for that because we saw what our defense looked like when Budda was out the first time, and I never want to see that again.
No.
Yeah. Jonathan Joseph, we were saying it last week, but it wasn't official until today. He is officially an Arizona Cardinal.
Which I like. He had depth. I mean, Drake Kirkpatrick has been, I think, a fairly average corner. And I mean, Jonathan Joseph got released for a reason. But if you have a safety over the top on him, I think he could be very effective the under and intermediate routes. I like that. signing.
And here's the big thing. This is the thing that I think might swing us the game for Buffalo. Devon Kennard and Byron Murphy are going to be active.
Thank God.
They were sorely missed. They were sorely missed on our defense last week, and I mean, let's never do that again.
No, and you really realize how big of an asset Byron Murphy really is in year 2.
Right. Yeah. You had a lot of people writing him off last year because he was the number one cornerback, right? And it's like, what do you expect? Any really? Yeah, to come in and be the number one guy. He got picked on, but I thought he showed a lot of grit. Exactly, right? To be getting picked on like that. And I mean, I blame Patrick Peterson on that, but you can also say that helped helped expedite his development maybe a little bit. You know, you get picked on that much, you're going to come out in the off season and work your ass off and come out second year and show out.
Situation, and he really made it. And yeah, he gets a lot of stupid penalties, but this game really solidified that he is a big asset to our team, and I'm glad we drafted him.
And like to reference the penalties, like look, DeAndre Hopkins had 3 catches for 30 yards, and the DB covering him had 3 penalties on him on that game. So I mean, there are some times where it's like I'd rather take the penalty than give up give up the big catch against an elite receiver, you know. So
you
I mean,
have to like get handsy with him, you know, hold them a little bit, you know, push off.
Right. Exactly, and hopefully get away with it.
Playmaker will get
eat you up. Exactly.
Yeah. So should we get into our weekly predictions?
So this is the point, Jackie, where we just we go through each game before we wrap it up, and we pick a winner and a loser, and then at the end we'll pick the Cardinals. So yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna write them down this week. I'm writing them down.
I am low key very good at this. I have won lots of money.
Okay, Jack.
Well,
so let's take
luckily for me, none of this is money based. So let's do this.
I don't have any money either, but
all right.
To throw that out there, I've won lots of money on this.
Oh, this sounds like a Twitter bet. We should like a our bet or something. We need to be doing, but
oh boy,
let it slide. Okay, I got it all written down.
So,
I will post it on Twitter later after the week.
So Thursday night football. This is a typical AFC South Thursday night football bout on NFL Network. Y'all know the usual, but both teams are actually good this year. So Colts Titans. Who do you have?
Jackie, you go first. You're the expert.
I got Colts. I'm going to play the upset. I know the answer is the Titans, but I'm going to play the upset with this one. I'm going to go Colts.
Do I copy her? No, I am going Tennessee.
Here's the thing. I think people have kind of figured out the blueprint for beating the Titans. You keep Derrick Henry, you keep him off the field. And when you do,
good point, yeah.
You keep him off the field, and when he's on the field, you do everything you can to make sure he doesn't have any breakout runs, any of that. I mean, Tennessee's offense in the past few games has not looked the same. I don't think that's controversial to say. I think the Colts know that better than anybody. These divisional matchups, they're always watching out for these. Yeah. I think that Frank Reich is a smart enough coach to see what's happening over the past few weeks and really just take note of it. I think the Colts come out with a dub.
I think that's a good game. Yeah, that's a solid game. For sure.
I think the Colts are a dark horse team. Like maybe skeet into the playoffs, but
their defense is elite. I'm sorry, it just is. I have them in a fantasy league, and I'm like, should I start them against? Yes, you got to fucking start them.
Darius Leonard's a fucking beast, man. Oh my god. But we're not a Darius Leonard podcast. We're a Cardinals podcast. So if y'all want us to make a Darius Leonard podcast, hit us in the comments. We'll talk about him every week. After that, we got a shit show. Texans, Browns. Who do y'all have?
Texans.
Oh.
I'll go Texans. Why not?
Oh, come on.
Is Baker in the COVID protocol? He is.
Is he?
Last I heard, him.
I haven't heard that, man. I don't know where you're getting that.
But
Bobbles, where are you when I need you?
I think they're trying to rally behind the fact that they fired Bill O'Brien. They're really trying to squeak out some wins. This might be JJ Watt's last year with him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
Texans?
I am fully convinced that early season winning streak that Cleveland went on was a fluke. They have not looked good in these past couple weeks. I think it's easy to say Texans.
So you guys are both going Texans. I am gonna go with my boy.
Don't play contrarian. Come on.
I got Nick Chubb, dog. I got Nick Chubb in my league, and I'm expecting 100 yards. Hey, there you go. Too bad Jackie doesn't have faith in you, Nick Chubb. I know you're listening, dog. Yeah, I'm going.
I also have Deshaun Watson, so that's why.
Oh shit. Will Fuller's been killing it. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
he's been doing.
After that,
how's David Johnson doing? Not great.
Yeah.
After that, we got the Washington racial slurs versus the Detroit Lions. Who do y'all have?
Oh, I'm going Lions.
That fucking game. Yeah. Washington loses to the Giants.
Whatever quarterback they decide to start that week. Yeah, I'm going Lions.
I'm going Lions as well.
Yeah, Lions off the bat.
Lions across the board. That means Washington is winning.
So, Buccaneers, Panthers. Who do y'all have?
Oh, man. I don't think Tom Brady will have a bad game 2 weeks in a row. It's not prime time, so Bruce Arians might be good. Let's go Bucs.
Oh, you're going Bucs.
Are you seriously going to play contrarian this entire time?
Actually, honestly, I was looking at what Bo Bobbles was typing, so I have no idea who the Bucs are playing. Yeah,
Panthers.
Right? Okay, cool.
Bo Bobbles?
So you know Bo Bobbles on Twitter?
Yes, I was like, okay, is it Bo Bobbles?
He is
Abels?
We have no idea. We've never heard his voice, so we think it's a chick.
He's basically.
I don't know.
You ever watch?
We have no idea.
You ever watch Charlie's Angels? He's basically Charlie.
He's Charlie. Okay.
Can you see him typing on the page? Do you hear that little boop?
It's actually somebody's.
That's
burner.
it. That's him posting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go like that Discord page, you can see Bo Bobbles just talking to himself on there. Hey, girl. We've never heard Bo Bobbles talk, so we say he's a chick. So we don't know.
So I'm glad I pronounced it right, Bo Bobbles, because I'm like.
Okay. I don't know if I have no idea if we are or not. He inside joke.
I'm gonna go Bo Bobbles.
Okay, I'm going Bucs.
Okay, go Bucs.
I'm going Bucs.
Oh shit! I wanted you to be the contrarian because now I have to be the contrarian. Okay, I actually believe this though. I think the Panthers win.
So what is up, Christian McCaffrey? Is he out again?
No, he's playing. He's back in.
He hurt his shoulder though, right? Did anybody see that?
Did he?
No.
I don't know which.
He's doubtful, Bo Bobbles. Yeah, he came back and hurt his shoulder, I guess. You still picking Panthers?
Yes.
Okay. No.
Those divisional matchups, man, you always got to watch out for those.
Yeah, those are 50-50 any given Sunday.
Yeah,
that's true.
Don't write anybody off on a division game.
Oh, no.
All right. We are very lucky this bout is not on prime time. Eagles, Giants, who do you have?
Oh, my God. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go Giants.
Fuck it. Let's go Eagles.
I mean, it's a sham. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Tie.
Calling it.
I'm gonna tie at 0, honestly. But you know, I saw that Daniel Jones is 5. What was it? Like he's won 5 games as a starter, and 4 of those is against Washington.
Right? That is crazy.
Oh my God!
But people still think he's better than Kyler Murray. Like people
my God!
That he's better.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Danny
People
Dimes
said that. Danny Crimes. No, that's not a good rhyme.
Falls down 80 yards deep.
Danny sucks.
Yeah, that I saw that stat too. That's unbelievable. Like he's got Washington's number. Cool, good for you, Danny.
If the NFC East team has like 5 wins on the year, I don't care how good they play in the playoffs. The NFL needs to look into abolishing the fucking division win equals playoff berth thing. The NBA doesn't do it.
Teams. Nope,
yeah, the NBA doesn't do it. The NHL does. The NHL. I don't fucking care. Who cares about the NHL? They're. I mean, it's just it's an antiquated thing, and it's not rewards garbage teams every year.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're halfway. We're halfway through the season.
I know. I know.
But we had 9 wins though. We had 9. We were at least over 500.
And we made a run, but it's not.
We made a run.
But there is a difference between a 9-7 run and a 5-11. It's just
that's true.
So Washington, Dallas, Giants all have 2 wins. Eagles have 3 wins. That is horrendous. Unbelievable.
Hottest of hot takes. If you are not above 500, you should not make the playoffs.
That's not even a hot take. Yeah, I agree.
That's just common sense. But
right.
It should be whatever team of my choosing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking too much about the NFC East now, Will. Let's do this. What we got next on the docket?
Oh boy, massacre on the docket. Packers, Jaguars. Who do y'all have?
The quarterback right now. Did they bench Minshew? I haven't been paying attention at all.
The Washington State quarterback or the Oregon State quarterback.
Oregon State quarterback who had a losing record in college and somehow has a starting job.
Hey, he had over 300 yards last week. In a 2-quarterback league, I had to start him. He got me 27 points. So I'll take it. But this week, Packers are a little bit better than who's it? Texans. So
Jaguars.
I mean, last week the Jaguars played the Texans. So I'm going Packers this week.
Yeah, let's just unanimously lock it in.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
All right. So after that, 4 o'clock slate. Let's talk Chargers, Dolphins. Who do y'all have?
Well, Tua versus Herbert.
That is a good quarterback duel, but I'm not sure it's good at much else. I think that Tua rides that wave of momentum.
This week being a shootout,
Yeah.
Right.
But Brian Flores, no one gives Brian Flores the credit for being a good coach because last year they were expected to win 0 games. They somehow won 5.
Right.
And they had all these draft picks, and they still have all these draft picks. So
and they have draft picks. They have the Texans pick coming up. They have a top 10 pick thanks to the Texans. Sheesh. Yeah.
No, don't go Dolphins. I think Tua's right now. I think they bought into him. I think they bought into Brian Flores. So let's go Dolphins.
I agree.
Yeah. After that, you've got a AFC West bout. You've got Broncos, Raiders. Who do you have?
That's a 50-50 too. Like divisional matchup.
Right.
Raiders are hot and cold.
They are hot and cold.
It's in Vegas.
Is really good. Oh, let's see. Drew Block is only good in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go Raiders.
Ooh, I like it. Actually, I don't know why I said that. Their favorite
advantage.
It feels like every Broncos quarterback not named John Elway is just streaky as hell.
Yeah.
John Elway is a hell of a quarterback.
Winning games versus dancing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think he won America over with his personality rather than his play.
I think that John Elway, this is my conspiracy, John Elway drafts all these inferior quarterbacks so that nobody can be a better Broncos quarterback than he ever was.
Brad Payton, but
But he's a Colt first and foremost. That's like saying Emmitt Smith was one of the best running backs for the Cardinals.
Or Tom Brady
was
the best quarterback for the...
No, he wasn't.
I know, I'm kidding. Anyways, I remember when we signed Emmitt Smith, ESPN did their simulations, and Cardinals won the Super Bowl. Then we won like 4 or 5 games or some shit.
Good lord.
Anyways.
What year was that?
What year was that? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say 03.
Okay, so I was what?
Is it that late?
My first game was Emmitt Smith's last game.
Yeah, you make me feel old, Jackie. I was like in high school.
My first game was like Jake Plummer. You know.
Oh, hell yeah.
1997, I think. Something like
First,
that.
The first Cardinals game I ever went to was Emmitt Smith's last, so that was like 04, 05.
Okay, I think it was like
earlier than that. Had to be, right?
No, 04 or 05, one or the other.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 03 at least.
Maybe he wasn't with the Cardinals in the new stadium, so it had to be that year before. So let's see how
it was at Sun Devil.
2004. 2003, 2004. We do not argue with Will on here.
That's when I was asking my dad what color are we rooting for.
Right.
But no, at least I went to a Sun Devil, game of Sun Devil Stadium, so I'm not like that brand new.
After that, we've got a game that probably should be prime time, given what actually is prime time for the next 2 nights. We've got Rams Seahawks. Who do you have?
Oh shit! I'm gonna go Rams.
I'm going. Oh, you snuck in before me. Oh, I just hate the Seahawks. Fuck.
But picking the Rams is what made me a lot of money throughout all these years of doing pick'ems.
Okay, Rams fan.
No, I mean it's just like divisional matchup.
We've got a covert Rams fan in the building.
Low key Rams fan.
I'm going to. I'm going the same. I honestly, dude, I don't understand how the Seahawks had a very easy schedule.
They're on the
before
decline
playing
right now. The Rams are fighting to be relevant, so that's why I'm saying Rams.
I mean, every single time we all agree on a pick, it goes south. So I both genuinely believe, and I am saying
and
to
it's
hedge
divisional,
my bets,
so
Seahawks.
everyone's gonna say Seahawks. So
yeah.
The casuals will say the Seahawks. So
we'll pick Seahawks. I agree.
I'm
going Rams.
I'm
going Rams.
So that we don't have the Seahawks win. I'm reverse jinxing
that's offset.
it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Let me have this. All right. After that, we got Bengal Steelers. Ugh. Who do we have?
Steelers. Well, they're 8-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean they got close to being beaten by one of the worst Cowboys teams I've ever seen. So it's all up in the air. But
that game was
divisional.
Do it.
They're unbeaten. They can be perfect because no one's perfect. Let's go Bengals. Why not?
Wow, I like it.
And Joe Burrow, he doesn't have the supporting cast or anything or the wins to back it up, but he's still playing hot. He won't win Rookie of the Year, but he's put up a damn good fight for being a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, this will be a good development year for him for sure. Yeah. He's being thrown into the fire and he's holding his own for sure. He doesn't look completely lost out there at all. So but I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm not gonna copy Jackie.
Yeah,
the Bengals are funny to me because I'd say that they are one of the most incompetently ran franchises in the NFL, and they're always under the radar when it comes to that because there are more storied franchises that are more incompetently run than they are.
Browns.
It's much more fulfilling to say the Browns suck or the Jets suck than it is the Bengals suck.
Let me just say, outside of the Cardinals, I would be a Bengals fan. If the Cardinals did not exist, if Arizona did not have a team, I would be a Bengals fan. Strictly because my uncle's a Bengals fan, and I feel like they've had a similar past than we have as far as always being shitty.
There's
nice. I got family Bengals fan too, so I kind of under the radar root for them a little bit.
I've shouted it out every.
Number 2 team.
I've shouted it out every 5 episodes on this cast, but there's this yearly preview about NFL teams called Why Your Team Sucks, and every year they have let's hear it from the fans. I read one of them say that that the stadium there is so cheap that they don't even have banners up of any of the players or any of the titles, anything.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So who are you picking, Will?
Steelers. I thought I made that obvious.
I
do not believe in the Bengals whatsoever.
I'm gonna start writing these down every week. So Jackie, we do pick-ems here, but none of us, we've all been too lazy to fucking keep track. So we're keeping it. We're keeping track.
You're logging
Bobby.
it in? Okay. Wow.
Bobby.
Yeah, logging it in, telling Jackie at the end.
Bobbles.
She's like, fuck.
Bobbles. When this episode goes up, I better see some fucking score counters for all our games, man. I better fucking see that shit.
Bobbles. But Bobbles is just a ghost. But Bobbles is Will. Will is Bo Bobbles.
Shit.
He's the burner?
Nah, please,
burner.
Nah, please.
Okay.
Final answer, Alex.
If y'all ever see me talking as dry as our social media account is, take me into the hospital. I've been replaced.
All right, so what we got next?
After that, oh shit, no, fuck the Rams Seahawks game. This should be the primetime matchup. Niners Saints. Who do y'all have?
Oh shit. Let's go Saints.
You gotta go Saints without. Niners are still so banged up.
Let's go Saints, but fuck Sean Payton.
Exactly.
Yeah, Saints. Fuck Sean Payton.
Fuck Sean Payton. Let's go Saints.
New Orleans. That's what we got next.
Oh Jesus, this is a travesty of a Sunday night football game. This should be flexed. Ravens Pats.
Oh. Not so hard, Lamar Jackson and
Right? I watched their game last week. They're a boring offense. The Ravens are boring. I'm sorry.
Defenses have Lamar figured out, and it's if you force him to throw, he's gonna have a shitty night.
Yeah, he's not progressed like a lot of elite QBs should.
And no one's ready for that conversation that Kyler is better.
Well, did you see Ryan Clark talk about that today?
Yes. And I read the comment
on Get Up. Yeah.
And it's
I didn't even read the comment. I didn't even watch. I didn't even watch
either. But I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm bored on my.
So what they were saying, he was biased because he was in that division. Is that what they're saying? Probably.
It's biased Ravens fans, but it's like everybody's got to realize at some point he is not a good passer. And he took
people by storm last year. He surprised a lot of people.
But it's with his legs. It's not with his passing.
Right. He's not as talented passer as Kyler. That is for sure.
No, he can't throw it in the bucket like Kyler can.
No, not at all. So I am going Baltimore. Jackie's going Baltimore
because I feel like the Patriots are in a rebuild. They don't know who they are. They're still trying to figure it out. I think Bill Belichick is like hitting the panic button because I think he's realizing that Cam's just not the guy.
Yeah, the Pats are very clearly in a rebuild. It's kind of. I mean, I would be sad, but it's just like y'all had Tom Brady for 20 years. Fuck off. I have no sympathy.
Well, Bobble said I'd argue Kyler is a better runner, and I mean it's hard not to agree. Lamar.
He's a smarter runner.
He's not afraid. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I watch Baltimore games, and I see Lamar get popped. Pop. Not like the only time I've ever seen Kyler really get popped was on that third down this week when Kyler went to try to go for the first down, and he got hit. But Lamar does that like on first down. And that's not going to last in this league. You're going to end up like fucking Cam Newton. You're going to be sooner or later. You're not going to be 24 years old anymore. So I think he's definitely a smarter. And that's a
big dude. So if you hit that guy hard, he's going to fall harder.
Yeah. And Kyler.
He doesn't protect himself the way Kyler does. He doesn't slide. He's not very elusive. Like he can run, but
he's got like that. Like when I see him, he almost got that wingspan for his legs. He's got a very long stride. While Kyler is like beep beep, like little road runner. Do. Like you ain't gonna catch him.
No, he's
but
so elusive. Cam doesn't have that elusiveness.
no.
Cam Newton has, he set the record this year for the causation of the most Southies saying the N-word at one time.
Oh.
Most what?
Southies, Bostoners.
Okay.
Like the most racist part of Boston.
New England. Okay, there we go. I'm a little slow. I'm on my fourth beer. I don't know how long we've been doing this for, but I'm on maybe my fifth. I don't know. Who knows? So we're all going Baltimore.
Here's the Monday night matchup.
I'll go Baltimore. Patriots.
If you can believe this, this is only a little bit better than the Sunday night matchup. A disaster. Vikings Bears. Who do y'all have?
Holy shit.
This slate is awful.
Vikings kind of finding their stride right now with Dalvin Cook. I don't know.
But that Bears defense, man, they're gonna. I don't know, man.
They're gonna pick apart Kirk Cousins, but it's honestly gonna come down to if whatever quarterback they did roll with, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. I was thinking that as well. Yep.
What's that? Because the Vikings defense Cook is gonna cook their defense.
That Vikings defense is very exposable in the secondary.
What's that stat again for Cousins? He's never won in prime time.
I don't know if that's true anymore. I know it's not good in prime time.
Like, he is just awful under the lights. I've got to say.
Yeah.
That Bears defense is just a beast this year.
What did you say, Jackie?
I haven't picked because I'm just torn between.
Yeah. How shitty Chicago's quarterback play is. Yep, exactly. That's kind of Minnesota, and I'm gonna go. I got Dalvin Cook, man. That motherfucker carrying me in fantasy these 2 weeks. Love you, Dalvin. I know you listen to the show. You're one of the 5 viewers. I know you are. Hey, I'm going Minnesota. I am.
I mean, I've got to say Bears. I mean,
yep.
Whatever woes are had on that offense are instantly made up by that defense.
You know what? I'll go Bears too. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Looks like I got a win on both of y'all. I like it. Okay, what we got next? Is that Sunday night or
that's Monday night? Which leads us to
last one.
The last one. Your Arizona Cardinals versus, I can't think of any superlatives, so I'm just going to say it, the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bill.
I'm going to go Cardinals. Outside of being a biased fan, is we've played very well against very good teams where we are the underdog. We have Byron Murphy back.
Hey, we're favored.
We're favored.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
But, I don't listen to any, sports talk
shows
out before the games because I just know they're paid to say shit.
Oh, yeah. And they don't pay attention on, the micro level. They just kind of look at the macro level and just kind of go, Bills 7-2, whatever. But yeah, I mean, nobody on this show has picked anybody other than the Cardinals, so might as well all 3 of us go Cardinals here. So I think whoa! Oh,
I'm having thoughts.
And while you're thinking, Bo Bobbles wanted to let everyone know that Kyler's on pace for 4,200 passing yards.
He called me a fucking traitor.
He called you a traitor. With his whole chest.
It's a she. Bo Bobbles is a she.
We don't whole chest. It
could be my
Bobbles account. Who knows? Everybody can Johnny Fumble.
I'm not, but yeah. We'll talk,
not, but sure, I'll own it.
That sounds like a email. Yeah, Bo Bobbles. We can't say that on air. We just said it.
We can say it with.
Love you, Bo Bobbles.
He called you bitch right in front of your face.
Damn, Bo Bobbles.
Talk to me. Here's my concern. I mean, we saw last week. We saw that Miami defense tear it up against us, and I am concerned that we will not have learned enough from last week to counter what could be a very virulent passing offense by Josh Allen, by the Bills offense. Stephon Diggs is better than every single wide receiver on that fucking Miami lineup. If we cannot contain him, I'm sorry, that game's lost. I've got a really bad feeling about this week.
Oh, you know who we're gonna give touchdowns and yards to? We're gonna give up those to
John Brown.
John Brown. Yep, John Brown.
Revenge game.
Revenge.
Oh, and he's gonna be playing. Yeah, and he's gonna be that number 2 guy. So he's gonna probably be lined up on Jonathan Joseph and
just like Preston Williams.
John Brown's that deep guy too.
Yeah.
So
he's a deep threat. So we're gonna lose if we lose, which knock on wood we're not. No, but if that John Brown is gonna be the factor, not Stephon Diggs.
I agree. Yeah, that is something that will absolutely burn Arizona Cardinal Twitter to the ground. And so that's the only way we know how to live around here. So that's probably gonna happen. So
his nickname used to be Motherfucker.
I want to be certain.
Motherfucker John Brown.
I want to be certain, and I want to come into this game feeling hyper confident. But there are a lot of holes in this team. There are a lot of flaws that I see that
You're right.
either are addressed briefly, but then show up again in later games, or just have stuck around. And I don't know, man. I don't feel confident going into this game. I think the Bills win.
I want to see what our defense looks like with Byron out there, and then you have Reddick, Kennard, Golden all out on the field at the same time. That is going to be our best chance at getting to Josh Allen. Because the one thing I was really disappointed in with our defense last week, more so than the passing D, was how our D-line, I felt like our D-line just did not do anything unless we were creating blitzes off the edge, and we weren't even getting pressure on Tua that much just from the 3 guys up front. And somebody's got to step up, like Jordan Phillips. You're getting paid a lot of money. I know he's kind of playing hurt, but he's got to be more productive. He had like 17 snaps last week, did nothing on the stat sheet at all. And when we're at our best, Jordan Phillips is a disruptor. So you can have Jordan Phillips with Kennard, like we talked about, Kennard, Reddick, and Golden. I like our chances at getting to Josh Allen and stopping the run. The Bills did not run very much at all. I think they had less than like 10 rush plays with the running back against Seattle. They're going to run it more against us because Seattle secondary is the worst in the NFL.
Here's what
I just hope Buddha's healthy.
Yeah, here's what I could see as being a key to the game. I know this is.
Are you picking Buffalo? Are you picking Buffalo? Sorry.
Yeah. Is that a locked pick?
Wow.
Okay.
I'll give 2 separate answers as to what score I'll think, just for each one, just to be safe. But picking Buffalo. But here's what I could see as a key if we do win. I think the thing we have to focus on if we do, if we do face this defense, is we have to extend the role that tight ends have in our offense, because the Buffalo Bills are awful against tight ends this year. They look terrible against them. And if we can get more passes out to Darrell Daniels and Max Williams like we did last week, I think we could really light them up. But as a whole, no, not.
I'm still waiting for that breakout game from our tight ends, man. We were all hyped about Dan Arnold.
You were.
True.
I didn't really fall for that hype. But
Twitter told me he was going to be elite.
Yeah.
Twitter was saying John Skelton was going to be elite back in 2011.
Hey, John Skelton he grew up from my mom's hometown. Don't talk shit about El Paso, dog. Okay.
Okay.
John, I know you're one of the 5 listeners. Okay, John, I love you.
So who are our 5 listeners? We got Aaron Jones, John Skelton, Osama bin Laden. Who else?
Oh shit, my mom.
Who's in the established canon of our listenership?
And now we're gonna have like 95 years now with Jackie's family. So
I know my big Mexican family, so that's what, 95 people? Shit.
We're here for it. Jackie's going to be here next week, too.
Yep.
Hopefully.
I will be here.
All right. But
we'll welcome you with open arms. Hey, we're more than merrier.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think if we can extend the role that our tight ends have in our offense, I think that would be make an easier case. But I've just not seen that this year, other than the Miami game, so I can't really say that.
Do you guys see Kenyon Drake who's back at practice today? That's kind of a surprise.
I did limited practice, and I was surprised too because I feel like he was going to be out for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, I doubt he'll play this weekend.
I mean, yeah,
I doubt too. But if we can get him back, what Seattle's are?
Yeah, exactly. Versus Seattle, get him right. Get him.
He eats versus Seattle, so let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Woo!
So should we get into our scores, or should we keep talking?
Scores for what? Cardinals. Oh, that's right. So we finished it off with scores in the Cardinal game. So I'll go first, and I will say Cardinals win. Okay, Bo Bobbles will go first. Thanks, Bo Bobbles. He says she's 37-31 Cardinals. I like it. I am expecting kind of a high scoring game as well, so it's probably going to be really low scoring. But I will go 28-24 Cardinals.
All right, so I'll let our other guest go first.
31-28 Cardinals.
31-28. I like it.
17-38.
You're thinking we're gonna get our ass kicked that bad?
No. I was doing I was doing the song.
Was that a song?
Yeah, it's a rap song. Okay. I'm blanking.
To the windows, to the wall. Okay, anyways. We got that out.
No. I think that if we lose, I'm gonna say 31-21.
You're the first one to ever pick against the Cardinals. But you know what? Well, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I am too, but I'm just I've been burned before, and I feel like this is a game that we shouldn't take.
Traitor.
Shut up.
Traitor.
Shut up.
No, I think that was last week. I think we're gonna come out.
Yeah,
even if it's a little bit,
The way Kyler had his post-game press conference, if that doesn't whip guys in shape right there, just how angry he looked and sounded, and just all the vibes, then we might be kind of in trouble. Yeah. Oh, exactly. But people were making a bigger deal out of it, and it's like, dude, the dude just doesn't know how to lose.
The winner, he wants to win.
Yes, he hates losing more than he enjoys winning, which the elite people do. You know what I mean? He goes into a press conference after a win, and he's like, I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking ahead to this and that. And he's pretty humble. And then in the losses, he takes it really fucking hard, which shows the signs of greatness.
So, do y'all want to know the score I have us for if we win?
All right. Let's
what?
What? I mean, I'm covering both sides. Okay. I come out a winner either way.
Okay,
I'm like Mac from Always Sunny.
Okay.
No, so I think
31-21.
If we win,
the same score.
No, I'm gonna
31-21. You're locked in.
I'm gonna do you one better. I think that if we win, I'm gonna assume it's because Josh Allen's wheels fell off and he just had an awful game. I'm gonna say if we win, 35-14.
We could use a blowout in our lives. I could use a blowout on a Sunday. Buddha has 3 picks. Okay, Bo Bobbles, we're out of here later. Bye. Bo Bobbles tweeting.
Bo Bobbles, you fucking jinxer. He's not going to get a single pick this week because of you. You just jinxed.
We need Buddha to put his club back on so he can have a cast and get another pick.
Don't say fuck you to me. You misspelled traitor, Bo Bobbles.
Okay, this is a wrap. This was fun. I had fun.
I
had fun too. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry it devolved into a little drama there, but
no drama.
But yeah. So this about wraps things up. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at Live on That Swing.
And my name is Mac. You can find me at AZ Sports Fiend on Twitter. And let's all give a big thanks to Jackie San Diego for coming out and giving us the insight on the Cardinals game, being in attendance.
But Bubbles, you better fucking put some applause here on in post.
Yeah, put the applause all over Jackie. Thank you for coming on. Like you killed it. You were great, and hopefully we can.
It was a pleasure.
Oh yeah, this is your first podcast, right?
Yes, I was nervous, but we pulled through.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. It's J San Diego 2 O's. I am not from San Diego. I've never been to San Diego.
but are you related
to her? She's a good follow, people.
But are you related to Carmen? Because I wanted to hit my line, yeah.
Everybody wants to know, and let me set the record straight. Don't know Carmen. Don't know her.
Well, yeah, nobody knows where in the world Carmen San Diego even is. So
no. So no, it's not me. But still follow me on Twitter. I post.
Oh yeah. Right.
And yeah, that wraps things up, and we are out.
Peace.